And switching over to George mode. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully you should see me, and within the next 20 seconds, you should see George also.
Oh, you did that to me again?
And I just pressed it as we went live, so whatever the lag is, however long that was, that's what our lag time is. I don't really understand how the lag time is, because I know you guys hear us in real time, I think. Hello, Alex. Hello, Mertz. Hello, Organic Autos.
Well, that's interesting. There's a lot right across the street that hasn't sold for over a year and a half.
Cosmic Contrarian, Steve, Gorilla, welcome everybody. Welcome to, this is our Friday stream, which is usually after the market closes, but I have a conflict.
He has a date tonight, guys.
So
he has a date.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is true, guys. He just don't want to tell you.
It's
one of these girls that he picked up online on the stream.
I mean,
hey, baby.
I didn't know what Tinder was. Somebody
what
said.
In the world? CleanSpark 406. I didn't expect to see that.
We got some stuff up today. Yeah, and this morning it looked like it was going to be a little bit of a disappointing day for the Bitcoin miners, but
yeah.
And it's still very early, but all of a sudden we got just as much green as we have red.
I thought I would be not happy at all.
No, hey, listen.
I'm okay with this.
CleanSpark up almost 5%. Bitfarms up almost 4%. So you guys know I have my eye on Bitfarms because this is day 9. And this morning, as it started to go red, I was like, oh boy, here we go. Are they going to do it again?
Wow, that's impressive, honestly.
If they can get through today, then they've done day 9. But who knows what Bitcoin does over the weekend? So it's all for Bitfarms. It's all going to come down to Monday. Monday's either day 10
that's
and
going to
this
be
is over.
Interesting. That's going to be a short it. Sorry.
Well, is somebody going to swoop in and undermine? And by the way, I believe we'll count it out.
Nice,
but I believe today is day 10 for WULF. So as long as they close above, and they are so ridiculously above $1 that unless, something catastrophic happens between now and the close, they're going to get their day 10. Let's look. Let's just take a look.
The largest donor of, on the stream gets a date with Tom.
I have no response.
Martin got CleanSpark at 390, you bastard.
Nice move.
431. So you're 41 cents better than me.
Oh, see, these are the guys that really got, can I say screwed on YouTube?
How about scrod?
They got ripped off because they would already be done. So on April 6th, they closed at 99.9 cents. So that does not count as $1. So that should have been, by all accounts, that should have been day 1, but it wasn't. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Today is day 10. So as long as they close today, they're done. They are in compliance, and check them off the list. So WULF is done. Stronghold, we'll talk about Stronghold. Did you talk about a brass set? They're in the middle of counting their 10 days. Not in the middle. They're still near the beginning of counting their 10 days, and they made a major move today. And they're right now very green. People confuse me. This confuses the heck out of me. They did something that in the past, 95 out of 100 times would have caused their stock to tank for some reason, like tank. And for some reason, they're green on that. And apparently they knew better than I did, because this was pretty gutsy to come out in the middle of their 10-day stretch of trying to be over $1 and announce
Scapegoat.
this.
You guys are just rubbing it in with its CleanSpark thing, aren't you there, Scapegoat? 396, huh? I was told I can't sell it. Tom changed my password on my account. So I'm not allowed to sell CleanSpark or any.
We had a discussion in the members-only Discord that we were going to try to persuade George, not financial advice, just persuade him that holding might be the best path for him. Now, who knows? Is it
I'm
the
not
best
in that
path?
heavy right now. I'm only in a little bit. My toes are in.
You're dipping your toe in the water. If
Toes
everybody
are
could
in.
please smash the like button, I would appreciate it. We're at 21 likes. We've been getting to 100 likes. It's made a huge difference
22.
on the live stream. And especially while the live stream is going, it makes a big difference. They spread this out to more people, the more comments and chat and likes and everything. So
Besides the moon, do we know why Bitcoin has done what it's doing?
Bitcoin is done what it's doing. Well, I'll let everybody else answer that first.
I heard
and then
they wiped out a whole bunch of longs.
Well, the longs got wiped out when we took that dip down. Let's go back to the Bitcoin chart. Let's go to the 1 day. So you can see we had this down day totally canceled by this up day, but now this is day 3 of downward momentum. I do feel like, if you look at, this is messy, but I'm just gonna
being alpha. You're the alpha, dude. I'm not the alpha.
I mean, this does seem to be a little bit of potential area of support that we're sitting in right now. So, 28.8 was a line that I thought was very important, but it does look like somewhere in this neighborhood, just north or south of 28,000, we could potentially get some support here and maybe move sideways a little bit as some of the indicators reset. We'll see.
But that's the number, huh?
We'll see. Otherwise, I mean, the next real move down would be to 25,200. So, can we catch? I mean, this cannot be ignored. We traded between 27 and 28.5 for weeks. So, if we got caught back up in that little spot right there, that'd be just fine with me before we take the next move up. However, you gotta.
Chris, when are you gonna get out of marathon? How long? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna let it run? Are you gonna just do a swing trade on it? What are you thinking? Do you like? I acted like I knew what I was talking about. Swing trade. You're gonna do a swing trade. You're gonna export over to mine.
Cosmic contribution. Thank you very
SDIG
much.
didn't close at $1 yesterday. Restarting today.
Oh, it did not close at $1 yesterday. Is that true? Okay, so then their announcement.
Why would Raven just make stuff up?
Their announcement today makes a lot more sense if they closed under $1 yesterday.
What was their announcement? You bastard screwed us again?
Yesterday they closed. This says they closed at $1. Should we check somewhere else? Let's go. Just if we triple check.
I actually thought Bitcoin would take off just to like rub it in Gensler's face, by the way.
So
1450, okay.
I don't know. Does a dollar I thought counted. So I don't know. Let us know.
I think
in the
it has
chat
to be
section.
over $1.
Does it have to be over $1
Over
or does
$1,
a dollar
yeah.
count? I mean, now we're splitting hairs here to the 100th of a penny.
Oh my goodness. They know. They know, Tom.
They know all too well.
Delisted over $1? Question SEC.
Hello, Steve and Robert and Miguel. Hello to everybody.
Yeah, even that. Invest. Yeah, this is over $1. This is below $1 for 30. See, I think people don't really know.
$1 is not below $1.
I know. Hang on, let's see the rules.
Jeff, welcome to the stream. Bitcoin to the moon. All right, Jeff, I'm with you.
Yeah, I thought it would just take off.
It's currently not going to the moon, but this is pretty healthy. I mean, this is where, so my orange line, for those of you who are new and everybody else probably sick of hearing me saying it, this is where Bitcoin was when the U.S. equity markets closed yesterday. So we were at 28,099. So we were still holding 28. And you can see we're still holding it right now. We're at 28.56. But this
Wait a
traded in
while.
a tight range in the last 24 hours. Very close. Chris Dominator Marathon 1450.
You gonna get a
I'm
massage?
counting on Marathon even doing better than that.
Bear trap. No, it's bull trap, right? Or is this a bear trap?
This would
going
be
the
a
other way?
bear trap.
Jeez, I don't know these bears and bulls.
And I think, I do think that this is a bear trap. Other than this bear trap may continue down to 25,000, but then I think we go back on track. So, and it looks like we stand a chance of catching some support here at 28-ish.
What is BitDeer? DER.
All right, so they just went public a few days ago. I've been digging into their business model. I haven't looked at them in a long time. They're a private company. Now they're a public company. They do something. They're in the Bitcoin mining space, but they're a totally different business model. And I really want to understand more about what they do. They just went public last week.
I didn't even know what they were called.
So
are they a SPAC or something or no?
Nope.
They went up 17% today. Now 16. Up $1.
So they're almost at a $800
Come on,
million
Tom.
market
You're letting
cap.
us down, Tom.
I'm
you need
not
to be on this. This is opportunities we're wasting.
Is anybody in BitDeer? Let us know in the chat if you're in BitDeer.
Just lost 20% like that.
Spark Clean said Tom is ignoring me. I just haven't looked at the chat in the last 3 or 4
No, you're
minutes.
fine. That's what it was about, BitDeer.
Oh.
That was it about. So you don't really know anything about them. You just see that they're another miner.
No, they're different. They're a different kind of miner. The vast majority of what they do is not self-mining, but it looks to me like it's like
Pull
let's
up
say
their website.
It's your John Q. Public.
Supercharger mining with BitDeer. Mining
You
machines
wanna go
are
to
all
their-
set and ready to go. With a few clicks, you can start crypto mining and help safeguard your network.
So, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're not. Yeah.
Supercharge. Let's get supercharged. Very little of their money. They do actually have some self-mining, but this is not a Bitcoin self-mining company. This has most of their revenue is hosting really effectively and profit sharing and that kind of stuff. But this is a Bitcoin mining / hosting company, but the vast majority of the revenue, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe so far the vast majority of the revenue is hosting, and it's to like the general public. They also host to some, larger clients as well, and in addition to that, they have some of their own Bitcoin miners, but they're not, and there was not a lot of information about this yet, so I really wanted to do a deeper
They're
dive.
a data center too.
See, they got this building here.
They
and then
design,
got this
construct,
building.
and maintenance. General one-stop. Dude, I should just go public.
Wow, how'd they get these? This one's in Texas. Then right next to it here, this one's in Washington. That's pretty good. And these are future ones. These aren't labeled yet. So, currently we have 5 fully compliant data centers. Okay.
And then it says a trusted cryptocurrency mining platform. And I don't know if they have 4.4 exahash.
It's 4.4 exahash, but it's not theirs. So I think a piece of it is, and I don't remember. I did read this last night. Oh, Alex, thank you very much, sir, for the super chat. We got to give Alex his. Okay. Time and sales tab show Bitcoin selling in real time. Only 8 sellers, 2 buyers. Selling or buying 1 coin. Guys, we're at 28,080 and dropping. If we break 28,000, watch 26,735 level. Wait and wish.
I think you should have said, or for George, wish.
I think there's just as many people that would be happy on this live stream if we dip down to 26.7, and give a little more buying opportunity. It's funny how the tide turns, you know. Now I think more people are on the, hey, let's get a little dip so we can buy some more. So Alex is saying we got to hold this 28,000 here, or the next maybe $1,200-$1,300 might be to the downside. So we will keep our eye on that. And this is what Alex does.
Interesting.
So
interesting.
So I don't know if people have interest. Let's do a poll. Does anybody care about BitDeer? And if so, I mean, I'll add them to the list. It's just they are not like the other companies on our list.
But we should also tell them about, is it Ciphers? And how they get paid. This is probably a good time to bring this back up again.
What was that?
You don't remember about Ciphers?
No.
The way they mine and they only get a percentage?
Oh, okay. So they have two joint ventures. So a part of what they're doing. So in the past, up until like the February, almost everything they did was their joint ventures. And so the numbers you were seeing didn't make sense. More and more of what they will be doing is their own stuff. But you do have to pay attention because their numbers are not all as they seem. You got to do the math because they're 49% partners in 2 of their 3 locations, but that is not 2/3 of their exahash. Ultimately, they have one big location that is their own, so when they get where they're going, that's what it's going to look like. But in the meantime, their numbers, to me, are a little bit, you got to dig a little deeper. I won't say misleading, but you got to dig deeper. And
so, for example, if they say they mine 400 Bitcoin, how many goes to them?
Right, probably 198.
99, 98. Okay. I just think that's like one of those gotcha moments that people don't really realize on Ciphers.
Yeah, and particularly in these earlier months, it can be misleading. And there's some other ones where you really got to pay attention to what exactly their arrangements are, what their profit-sharing arrangements are, how vertically integrated they are. And this shows up. All right. I'm going to be... Oh, okay. FV702, thank you for the super chat. At Alex, yep, I think the support has evaporated, and we will test 25.5 levels. Will the 25K level hold? Next week doesn't look good. On the sideline. On the side, all cash. So FV702 has cashed out. He's on the sidelines. I'm not sure. I almost feel like Alex might have said the same thing, that he sold as well. So there's some people taking a time out here looking for a pullback. And, I mean, we've been talking about this on the channel. I certainly would not be surprised at all if we get a pullback to that 25. My line's at 25.2, but anywhere from 25 to 25.5, that would be a pretty reasonable. And Alex is saying, yes, he's in cash as well. So we got some people that pay attention to this that are expecting this next leg down to keep going here. Now, it sounds like you guys feel like we are going to catch some support at 25 and head back up. So let me know in the comments if you think it's down from there, or if that's going to be, in your opinion, is that the next buying opportunity? Organic Auto is cashed out as well. So we do have some people that took profits and they're hanging out on the sideline. So we'll see. I got my only thing that I got until I think May 19th on my Bitfarms options. So I think that's plenty of time, even if we do dip down and bounce off a 25-ish. I still think we can recover in time for those to be okay, but they're starting to be at risk. George, I waited for you on this one. Miner Doc said new moon sell-off until May 5th.
Huh. I thought it was the 3rd, by the way. Cinco de Mayo?
I suppose so.
I'm only in like 1/3 of my money is in. 2/3 of my money's out right now.
So you're mostly out.
I'm mostly out.
Of the money that you allocate for
yes.
being in or out.
But now it looks like I'm buying another freaking building, so I might have to take more money out.
Everybody, if you could remember to please smash the like button. We got 38 likes, and the more likes we get, the more YouTube spreads the stream to other potential viewers. So much appreciated. You guys have been awesome. We've been on a streak. I think we missed one in the middle, but for the most part, we've been getting 100 likes per stream, and it's made a huge difference in the stream. So I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to all the subscribers, viewers, and special thanks to all the members, and double special thanks to the 2 super chats today, which were Alex and FV702. So thank you very much.
And for the people that do, Minor Doc, for the people that do trade off of the moon, it's not right every single session, by the way, with a new moon or a full moon. Sometimes it flip-flops, so you can't really say that it follows the moon, because it really doesn't. And that's me saying that.
That's George, who...
Mark said he sold all his crypto miners. Target Riot $7, Marathon 6, Cleanspark 3, Wolf near 1. We should short right now, guys. Tom, can you do a video to best and describe a loophole for taxes? People that are buying, ban selling altogether. Ban selling all the time. How are you not getting taxed into oblivion?
Well, if they're following the rules, then they are getting taxed. But also remember, a lot of these people may have an awful lot of losses that they can offset as well, because we just went through 15 months of some pretty serious downward action. I know I got plenty of losses to offset.
702. Here's your third super chat. Charts don't lie.
All right, exactly. So, and charts don't lie, and both super chat people today felt like we're going down to 26 or 25. So from here, it looks like the pressure is down, and there's no doubt. I mean, if you look at this is the 4 hour. You can see like.
So would you be buying puts now, Tom? Should you be buying puts?
I personally will not do that, because I do believe, I actually agree with them, and I think there's a really good chance we bounce off of one of these spots down here as low as 25.2. But for me, I don't play these super quick swings like this. I'd rather just dollar cost average in down here. So I got a line, around 25. I won't wait for it to hit 25,200, but somewhere around 25.5 or 25.6, I'll start to dollar cost averaging again based on what the Bitcoin miners are doing. So that's kind of how I'm playing this. I still have my long options in Bitfarms, which, they're going to, well, actually they can't get any lower in value. They are currently valued at 1 penny. So, but I do think that those still stand a really good chance of getting to, like, I'm counting on maybe 20 cents. And those are the May $1.50 Bitfarms. So we'll have to see. So that's what I'm in, you guys. I'm either going to win a couple bucks or lose a couple. Or make a couple or lose a couple. I shouldn't say win. But the point is, we can clearly see there's some right now. This is 4 hour time frame, so this is not a short period of time. The pressure is down right now. There's just no doubt about it. And we lost this line. This was, I mean, we can't say, oh, this is an important line, and then lose the line and say, oh, it doesn't matter. This was a very important line of support, and it held for a few 4 hour candles, and once it went below it, it's opened and closed every single candle below it since then. And that tends to be how this works. So that's what is. I just want to catch up. I missed. At Alex 21 is as low as I see. That's from FV702. So, sounds like you're thinking maybe we even take another step lower and that 25 doesn't hold. Mr. J, I didn't expect last week either. So you never know what news will come out over the weekend. Invest safely, not financial advice. Yeah, that's the thing. And that's why it frustrates me that Bitfarms, if they hold today, it looks good so far, but the day's not over. If Bitfarms holds today, this is 9 days over $1. But then we have to endure the weekend. And, to Mr. J's point, anything can happen over the weekend. And $1.11 is still just a stone's throw away. That's 1 day of trading away from under $1 if things don't go well this weekend. So, I'm going to be holding my breath. If we got to go test 25.2, maybe we can wait until Tuesday so that Bitfarms can get one more close over $1.
Tom, that was the girl that you're going out with tonight, and said she got another girl for me to go out with. So I said, okay, I'll go. Don't tell my wife.
I was gonna say that doesn't sound right. That sounds false. Alex is saying definitely 21 to 22.4 area. So I'm hoping we don't get to those areas. FYI, I will be. Oops. I personally, and I've been wrong before, and I will be wrong again. All right. But I think this 25,200 line, this didn't hold. I really think.
Fourth super chat. Please look at time and sales tab for buying and selling activity. FV702, do you agree? I don't know if we're moving to 30,000 this weekend. I can tell you that. I don't think indicators say that we are. But I don't know. I know I follow the moon, so what do I know? Right?
We all, who else follows the moon? The ocean. Okay, so are we going to go against the ocean? All right, what is Alex asking me to do?
Flat Earth. Do you guys believe in flat Earth?
I believe that the Earth is not flat.
No, I don't think it's flat either.
Can I do the time and sales other than in Thinkorswim, or do I have to be in Thinkorswim? Can I do this in TradingView?
And can you explain to me what you're doing so the people that don't know will know?
This is per Alex. He's saying, please look at the time and sales tab for buying and selling activity. So I want to take a look at that, but I think we will move above 30K this weekend. In the meantime, we've got somebody jumping in saying...
Adele is saying that. I hope so, too.
Well, this is like the 5th weekend in a row that I've said that, so...
TOS left-hand side tabs. Did you hear me?
Left-hand side tabs.
Bitcoin was almost 25K on February 20th and fell all the way to 20K on March 10th. Could this just be another natural dip? Question mark.
I mean, yeah, we've been talking about we're well overdue for a dip here day after day after day after day. So we cannot be surprised that, there's some downward pressure. And 28.8 didn't hold. And, that would have been very strong if we would have held right there, because it's been up in a straight line. We never retested that $25,000 line, so...
No, right hand. Sorry.
Right hand.
My left.
Left, right,
my other
whatever.
left.
Who cares?
I still think that Bitcoin still has a very good chance to be in the 40s next month, by the way.
Order panel.
If we can only stay... I mean, think about it. It just doubled. So what I think is going to happen... This is crazy, okay, guys? I think we're going to test that 22-ish range right around there. And then I think next month it's going to double from 22 to 45.
And by next month, you mean May.
Yep. I think they're doing the exact same thing they did this last month, basically. It's basically we doubled. Bitcoin doubled. Right? From the low to the high. I think it took us 60 days.
We just, from November 21st until...
So it was 90 days? 100 days?
Yeah, it was like 3 months. We pulled exactly a double. We candle wicked on the daily time frame, and we did not close above that double. And that was the day. We've been pulling back since then. So we went up 100%. So that's what we've been talking about. You know, a 10, 15, 20% pullback after a 100% run up. There's nothing. That's healthy. There's nothing unusual about that. Alex, I am trying to find this. Is it one of these little icons, or do I gotta? What do I gotta do? What do I gotta do? What's the button I gotta press?
No. Crypto golfer. I'm not saying that it ain't going to 9K anymore, by the way. I actually think I know the number it's going to exactly to the penny, but I don't want you to think I'm a lunatic, so I don't say it. But I think, yeah, I do think it's
you might as well just say it, George.
No, I'm not saying it. No. I didn't say that. I'm saying that I think we're in a good, solid position right now in crypto, and I think we're going to have some type of event that really drives the price of crypto down.
A non-crypto related event, a geopolitical event, if you will. I'm going to have to Google how to find the TOS tab because I can't do it. I don't see it. Is it on the dots?
Another super chat, and that's number 6, I think, right? Alex, when I sold out the amount of shares, people are buying all small numbers. No big blocks of stock. All small numbers forever to liquidate.
All right, so
I'm already...
When I sold out the amount of shares, people were buying all small numbers, so that means there's no big buying wall down there. There's no institutional money sitting there grabbing big chunks, so that's a reason to think we may still keep heading down a little bit.
I'm looking for this tab setting wheel, then options. I don't know what that means.
I'm looking for tab setting wheel.
You see it way up there?
I see a wheel. I see a wheel.
This is real time.
Am I getting close? Am I getting warmer?
Adele took a position in WULF today. Biggest holding, CleanSpark. Yep, no volume.
Are we getting
Adele again, did I hear you say in another video that there may be a catalyst for any in May? That was probably somebody else. I don't think Tom said that.
For what? What was it?
Oh, yeah, you did say it. So Tom was talking about he thinks that if any has a good month in April, that some people will finally start to get behind him. Because the problem with any is they have a lack of credibility.
I think people are waiting to see them do what they say they're going to do. But if they install their machines and they get up and running, then I think you're going to see a big pop. You know, they're still a smaller miner. But I think you're going to see a big pop in their May monthly operational report and their June monthly operational report. So are people going to get in ahead of that because they know it's coming? Or do people not believe them because, you know, they don't have the all-time best track record in the past, although it is new management, so...
Nate, this is so nice to hear you say the exact same thing I said in another stream, by the way. If China invades Taiwan, and everybody was picking on me, will the world panic, sell Bitcoin along with all else, or panic buy Bitcoin? That is the million-dollar question,
Is that
Tom.
the poll?
You want to be that to be the poll, even?
Colton, what's the ticker for any? Yes, it's N-E. No, Any. A-N-Y, you know that. Colton's always busting our chops.
What is it, Severe 3D or something like
that? Sphere 3D, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's bad. So there's a place where you can go and look and see the who has what orders where for Bitcoin?
I'm clearly in the wrong place. I can guarantee you that.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Aha. Anybody? Anybody?
Hang on, CleanSpark.
Anybody?
Spark Clean. George, when do you think CleanSpark will get valued in a similar way to Marathon and Riot valuation? I think after they stop selling all their stock and raising money that way. I'm sorry. They just, we gotta forget, these guys are just
All right,
not
Alex,
mature
I'm gonna
enough
have to
yet.
read. I'm gonna have to figure this out while we're going. I see what you told me here, so I'm gonna try to figure that out. I'm sorry, George. I was reading
No, you're
Alex's
fine.
thing and watching the
fine.
big red candle happen on the 15th. Here, let's make it a small red candle. See, nothing.
A super black swan event will take everything down to potential extreme levels. Thank you. Somebody agrees with me. Huge buying opportunity for those with dry powder. I agree with you. See, somebody is on my side. Thank you. I get a lot of hate. It's nice to see somebody on my side.
You just feel like you get hate. I'm not. I don't really see the hate happen.
I like any, but I'm pretty sure they have until July 27th to make it to $1.
Too, and a lot of thoughtful comments. There's just a few. There's always a few bad apples, and that's all I have to say about that. I'm trying to
I
do
think
a
we're going
poll.
sideways until like the 3rd or the 5th or something like that of next month. I think we're going to be soft. Thanks, Nate. Appreciate that. I try to be honest. It's the name, George. We're Honest Abe. Oh, wait. Is
Nope.
it Honest
Nope.
Abe?
That's not it.
What is MULN, Tom?
Mullen.
Nice bump today.
That is EV, a very small cap EV. I've looked at them. We've talked about them on the channel before. I'm waiting for them to do their thing, but they're super. I'll go there right now, real quick. And
I
then I'll
think
post
I'm
the
gonna
chat.
put in some puts on CleanSpark right now. You guys have convinced me that it's gonna go down.
Woo, 23% up. But the thing is that's up to 10 cents. So their 52-week range is 8 cents to $1.71. But this was back in 2021, this was almost a $13. Well, actually, it was almost a $14 stock. So now this was a $13 or $14 stock that's trading at 10 cents. So it does have these big, gigantic moves. There is some potential in this company. I keep looking at this company thinking, there is a chance they turn the corner. And they're very small market cap, especially for an EV company. If you look at what I would consider their competition, most of them have much, much, much bigger market caps. However, they are all getting smaller every day. So did Mullen have some good news today? Yesterday, Mullen Advanced Energy Operations announced major energy advancement. Major. Big time. CleanSpark just bounced, said Miner Doc. Jeff, Mullen is yikes. I'm buying CleanSpark. Might get into the June calls on CleanSpark, said Jeff. So, George, you're looking to buy puts, and Jeff's looking to buy calls. Oh, it sounds like they're a little too expensive.
Yeah, I know. We're different. Why would you do calls? So I have a question. If I do a put, is it buy to open, buy to sell, sell to open, sell to close?
You want to buy. Well, what you said you wanted to do was buy to open puts.
Let's see if there's a May 19th.
The premium might be pretty rough. And what are you going to buy them at? $2.50. Those go in $2.50 increments on CleanSpark, so you'd be buying the 250s.
It's never going to 250, but it could.
Right. Never say never.
That's too. I'm used to only having 50-cent spreads.
$1 spreads, 50-cent spreads.
Yeah. Why is it so big?
Everything by default, and a lot of the small companies start with $2.50 increments because there's so little activity. But CleanSpark is well beyond that. They should now have $1 increments So
They don't.
I don't know why they don't, and it's why their options are harder to play because they're either so far in the money or so far out of the money. It's
So
like,
who determines this, Tom? Why can't I sell an option?
if you're a
you know?
market maker, you can
How do
that.
I become a market maker? I want to be a market maker.
We'll make a few calls.
Now I don't want to do it. Yeah, screw that. That ain't gonna work.
Darren said, I have massive CleanSpark calls June 250s, so those are already in the money. So, if you bought those and now they're in the money and you think it's going up between now and June, then, that's a couple months still. So it's almost deep enough into the money where you're probably getting pretty close to penny for penny. Colton said, I don't even like Mullen anymore, but too stubborn to sell at a loss. So you're just holding your shares.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was gonna say $3. So, Mark, I think about $3. I think is where it's going. CleanSpark. It's going down. There's definitely no doubt in my mind.
Well, if we get this pullback that...
But I'm gonna average in, guys. Daily cost average DTC.
So we got to... Oh, I got to get rid of this thing. We got a couple of members.
Still no poll, guys. No poll.
Oh, want me to do a poll? Let's take a poll.
Oh, it'd be interesting to do your 35 or 25. It's so funny to see the difference every single day.
I'm just going to say it this way. Give me 1 second.
If you can, hit the like button, even if you don't, or hit the dislike button. It seems to help us more if you hit the dislike button. So make your decisions, whether you like it or dislike it. It seems like we should have music running or something in the background, Tom, when all this dead air.
That's probably worse. I'm guessing.
I have not seen Super Mario Brothers, but I do want to see it, Colton.
All right, boom. So I've phrased it this way. What effect will a, quote, world event have on Bitcoin? Good for Bitcoin, new 2023 highs. So not new all-time highs, just new 2023 highs. Bad for Bitcoin, we go under 20,000, or not much effect. We just kind of hang out where we are right now.
That last one's getting me.
What?
It just world events. What do you mean by world events?
I'm doing that so that they don't shut our stream down to the rest of the world.
No, but just tell me what you mean by it, though.
What do you mean by it? It's your poll.
Is it the war? We find out Elvis is alive? What? I mean...
no, some significant geopolitical event that, has an impact on the markets. Something big enough to have an impact on the markets. What is it going to have a good impact on Bitcoin or a bad impact on Bitcoin?
I mean, you know what's so funny? As you play it through your head, you can make a case for both ways. You know what I mean?
Hence the poll.
Yeah, you can make a case for both ways. That you can see it, reasons why it would go up, but then you think about it for a little bit, you can see for reasons why it would go down too. So I guess what we're seeing, the initial shock of it, is that what you're saying?
Right.
Because the initial shock, I'm going to tell you, I think it goes down. But I think after it goes on for a week or two, it's going to soar.
Well, that's where I would be at. If there's a big event, what's the effect of it going to be? Not, not the next first 4 hours or first day, not the knee-jerk reaction.
Okay, not the knee-jerk. Okay,
yes.
Well, then I'm going there. I went good for Bitcoin new highs.
Jeff, what happens if I switch between like and dislike? Does it help even more? I don't know. Feel free to keep switching.
Try it. I don't care.
maybe
Does it ever show you how many people hit dislike or no?
I don't know if I've figured out how to see that on the live stream. It does show me that for every single... So I see that on the back end for every single video. But it stopped showing the world that because everybody turned into a great big baby.
Alex, I'll let you read that one, Tom. I think I get the super chats first.
Yeah, super chat. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate the super chat. I'm still failing at this TOS thing. TOS, see horizontal, see styles, drawings, studios, then patterns, hamburger, styles.
4 lines, click up, then left. 2 tips, jump on your left foot. Sorry.
Am I on the right track? Styles. Hold on. See styles drawings. See horizontal. Indicators.
Yeah, no, Nate, that's why I said that, is I think history repeats itself.
I'm not that great with technology, so
This is why I don't think they'll get rid of cash, by the way. Everybody thinks we're going to a digital currency. I just don't think they will. Because what about the people, whoever they are, that have, hordes and hordes of cash? How are they going to get that cash into the system, so to speak?
Pine editor, strategy tester, trading panel. Am I getting warmer? Style, drawings, studios, patterns. I'm going to get it. I'm going to find it. Now it's a thing.
I got to charge my phone.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm looking. In the meantime, if you have not voted in the poll, please vote in the poll. It's free to vote. And if you haven't smashed the like button, we're at 58. Oh, I think Jeff must have just toggled back and forth between like and dislike. So smash the like button if you would be so kind. I really want to find this TOS. I will feel like I have failed if I don't. Icons, measure, zoom, magnet. Alerts, data window, calendar.
Do you think your text messages are secure or no?
Do I think my text messages on my phone are secure?
Yeah. Are they peer-to-peer or can they be intercepted? They're not, by the way.
I have no idea. I assume nothing is secure. That's kind of the default. All right, that I go by. Can we add at Alex to the live video? Weekend will be rough. I did. FV702 did the dislike. All right. Shows current price in green and red. You want to try to figure out how to add Alex, and he can. But I don't know if I can share his screen. I think he's got to walk me through this, and I know you've practically walked me hand by hand. Oh, James Ross. Special thank you to James Ross. Gifted 1 Talkin' Investing membership. So if you are a member, you can gift a membership.
Who got it? Who got it?
Let's see who got it. It does so far. It doesn't say who got
it. It takes a minute, but then it goes through.
So we'll
it's
have
rolling
to see
the dice.
Who got it.
Colton, you told us this last time. See, Colton, I would
the
like
Stronghold
I would
deal, yes.
take the bait, but then I'd get in trouble. You know what I mean?
You would think that on this one screen here... Okay, am I on the right screen? Am I on the right screen? Is there a button on the screen that I am currently on that if I was smart enough to find, I would be able to do what you're asking
I'm sorry,
me to
guys. And then you gotta wait 30 seconds for him to hear it, and then
do? That's step one. Obviously, we're going to get there one way or the other. But in the meantime, so let me know. Am I on? I'm in TradingView. I have the full screen. So is there a button that I need to press? And if so, what is the first button? Act like I don't know what I'm doing because sometimes
It's
on the
apparent.
computer I don't know what I'm doing. All right, so let's talk Stronghold while we're doing that. Alex, I'm gonna make it happen. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I know
What are
you've
we gonna
already
say about
figured it out.
Stronghold?
Let's go to Strongholds. So, right in the middle of them doing whatever they're doing. Now, remember, before I go to this, hold on. Let me go to the Stronghold.
You can't see me. I'm making bacon.
Just to put this. James Ross says gifted 1 Talkin' Investing membership. Is that the second one? Yes, that is the second gift. It still hasn't told me who got the first one yet. So I will wait. As soon as it tells me, click the blue pattern button. Click the blue pattern button. Blue pattern button. The blue pattern button? Anybody? Advanced view settings. Blue pattern? Red pattern?
You wonder if I can carry a gun. Oh, are you still listening to me?
George.
I'm being funny.
All right, number 1, Raven was gifted a membership by James Ross. Thank you very much, James Ross.
Oh,
And
you
yes,
got it, Raven?
James
That's so
Ross,
cool.
It randomly, you are right. It just randomly chooses. So if you choose to gift a membership, it just, the algorithm, if you will, upper right-hand corner on your screen. This is going to be so satisfying if I can ever find this freaking thing. Upper right-hand corner on your screen, the blue pattern button.
All right, welcome to Talkin' Investing.
I got a blue button. It says publish. I got watch list. I got a plus. I got an advanced view. I got settings. Do you literally see this, Alex, and I'm just not seeing something that's super obvious? Or anybody else in the chat, let me know.
This is so funny. So, Toms, what are your plans tonight?
I have plans for this evening that are interrupting our normal live stream.
Just curious.
You know what my plans are.
I know, but everybody else doesn't know. That's why I'm teasing you.
Nobody else cares what my plans are for the evening.
Hello.
Welcome, Raven. Yeah, I don't know what my general problem is here. This seems like you're making me look old, Alex. Even though you may be doing an excellent job of telling me where this is, I'm not finding it. Click blue pattern button. Blue pattern button. Nothing says blue pattern button. Is there a thing? Like, is it an indicator? Is it
Oh, I wonder if we got any tomatoes. I'm making myself lunch right now.
All right, so that's not it.
Ooh, peppers.
I feel like I'm on one of those shows where, like, I'm being punked.
Punked. That was a good show.
Upper right-hand corner on your screen, Alex is telling me. Upper right-hand corner. I'm in the upper right-hand corner. I see something that says publish. Am I close? I see a camera. Take a snapshot. I see full screen mode. I see watch list. I see alerts. I see data window. Anybody? Anybody? What's it next to? How about what's it next to? Tell me what it's next to. Red list. I see red list. Did you say blue list?
Good job.
Blue pattern button. All right, I got a thing that says red list. Don't know what that is. All right, what's it next to? What's it near? Am I getting warmer? Ryan with his standard issue Cleanspark Iris to the rocket ship. Welcome, Ryan. And everybody else, if I haven't said hello, welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome.
Tom, how to time and sales. I am running out of $5 bills.
I don't need a super chat at this point. You could just alerts.
Think or swim platform.
Oh, do I need to be on the Think or Swim platform? Because I'm not. I'm in TradingView. So that's number one. Let me know. Do I need to be on Think or Swim? Because I'm in TradingView right now.
You ready? I'm going to do this.
And alerts. 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 I see alerts. I found alerts. Data window. Can you do any better? I will not verify that, and I'm pretty sure it's not correct. But can you do any better? Which is George, who's been a member for 7 months, said Tom's got a date. That is, I'm gonna say that's probably false. I have a place I have to be. Oh, Alex, it's on Think or Swim. All right. Well, at least I don't feel like a maniac. I haven't loaded Think or Swim on this machine. I've never used it. So is it something I got to download and get involved in? If it is, I'm just going to write it, and maybe I will have to have it ready for a live stream on the weekend or something. Whoa.
Okay, I gifted 5 memberships. Let's see who gets it.
Nice, George.
All right, welcome to Talking Investing.
JD Case was gifted a membership. Dave was gifted a membership.
Do you realize our membership
tourist
streams are actually getting bigger than our regular streams?
I know, it's crazy. It's good, though. We got a great membership. We got great members, I should say. All right, I feel better. I'm not a maniac. That's
exhausted.
why I can't find that thing. So it's on Sink or Swim, and I just don't want to make everybody wait for me, Alex. So I am going to find this, and I will use this on the very next live stream. Now I have enough information. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, welcome to Talking Investing.
All right, let's see who's Mark LeBlanc, who's been with us for a long time on the channel, so was gifted a membership. Congratulations. And let's see if I don't think it's given them all away yet.
It's weird how it does that.
We'll have to wait.
I think if you start like putting information in the chats, then you can get a membership. I think that's what it waits for.
Martin, the answer to your question is no. That is not. That is
What?
not it.
What?
Are you going on a date with Sue?
Doing.
That's not for weeks. I'm only kidding.
Hey, are they coming to the conference, Tom?
I haven't reached out to Sue specifically. I'll do that. I'll email
I see
her.
they're not talking.
She's not on. They are not on. Neither her nor Jamie are on
welcome to
any
Talking Investing.
panels or anything like that. So I didn't see them on the website, but I haven't actually asked them if they're going or not yet.
Oh, okay.
All right, welcome to Talking Investing.
We got Jay was gifted a membership. If I missed anybody, let me know.
Okay, we're way off base today. Hey, it's good to laugh when Bitcoin's going down, though.
Well, first of all, let's get back to Bitcoin. Then let's get to Stronghold. I lined up like 15 things to talk about, but I never end up talking about any of the things that, well, I won't say never. We talk about some of them. You guys end up bringing a lot of them up, so. All right, so first of all, at the moment, here's our watch list. So we're still, I mean, we're at 28, we're $20. We're $25 away from where we were at the end of the market close yesterday. So we're holding 28,000. And we've been holding it. This is a lot of 15-minute candles in a row. This is like 3 hours worth of candles on the 15-minute time frame that have all closed above 28,000. So for whatever that's worth, we're getting a tiny little bit of support for the moment. However, we do have two very strong opinions that we are going to go test 25, either 26 and a half or maybe 25 or maybe even lower. Let's do a new poll.
What was the answers to that poll?
Hold on, what happened? Whoa, Jeff.
All right, welcome to Talking Investing.
Jeff is saying, Jeff, who's been a member for 7 months, thank you, Jeff. Is it an appointment to interview with Matt or Zach? No, it's not. It's not. It's not. I don't know why we're creating suspense or drama around I gotta go to a dinner.
Oh, there's going to be food?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, for me, there's gonna be food.
I'm going with you.
Oh, good.
That's what I keep trying to tell you.
Are you?
I just got a phone call from that somebody, and I have to be at his house at 2 o'clock.
Easily distracted. Oh, you. Oh, really?
Now he gets it, guys.
Now I'm caught up. Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was cool too.
Oh, well, George is going on my date then with me and several other.
And he needed some
friends.
arm candy.
That's cool.
The person we're going with, I didn't know that he would be there. That's the reason I want to go. By the way. Did you know who's coming or no?
Well, I mean, I know who.
Bill doesn't tell you anything. So.
We're confusing the heck out of everybody.
This is fun. This keeps drama and suspense, and that's what people want.
Where are we going? So I was going somewhere tonight, and now it sounds like George is going to go with me. So whatever that means, we're all going to the same place. Great chance to catch Wolf under $1.40 this morning. Added more shares and sold more puts. That was from Edmund.
Explain to me that strategy.
So when you sell a put, and this is This is not for beginners. Selling puts is not for beginners. Period. You definitely got to know what you're doing, have experience, and understand. And I know Edmund has a lot of experience in trading, so for him this is not a big deal. But for everybody else, you know, you got to know what you're doing. So you get money. Like when you sell, you get that money. You're literally selling the put. So you get money, and then he's taking that money and putting it towards buying shares of WULF. So by selling puts, you're obligating yourself, you know, at whatever time frame it's in. If WULF goes to, let's just make it simple and say 0, and you sold puts at $1, then you got to buy shares of WULF for $1, even though it's trading at 0. So what Edmund is thinking is WULF is pretty much probably just going up from here. So he's buying some puts, or sorry, selling some puts, and then taking that cash and then whatever additional cash is necessary and buying shares of WULF. So he's long WULF, and he's confident that it's not going to crash below a certain point. But that is your exposure is much, much bigger when you sell puts. Now, you know, there's a lot of different things you can do with that. And again, we can't go through all that on this live stream, but just understand it's more complicated. There's much more exposure. If you know what you're doing, it can be a great, great strategy. If you don't, then you should definitely learn how all that works first before you try to dive into the.
So he gets to buy with free money. That's all I heard. And everything else was blah, blah, blah.
To an extent, if it all works out, yes.
That's the ultimate play. OPP. Yeah, you know me.
Darren said Tom and Jerry sidetrack comedy hour. Yeah, we really got off track today. Jeff is saying when you sell a put, you're picking a price to buy in the future. And the only thing that I would add to that is, you know, you may never have to buy it at that price. If it's above the price that you sold the put at, then you never have to exercise the put. If it falls below that, then yeah, it's a different way. Now you got to buy that stock, and you got paid in advance a little to buy it. So Martin said, how many people from this group are going to the Bitcoin conference? Let me end this first poll, and it's all right. So
it would be a good poll, actually.
So a world event, if you will, meaning some type of outlying event that does things that don't normally happen. 48% think that will be good for Bitcoin, and we will set a new 2023 high. 31,000 so far is our high for the year in 2023. 38% think that will be bad for Bitcoin, and we're going to go under 20K, and then 14% said not much effect. So we're pretty undecided on this. I mean, we're now at 50% on good. So 50% good, 50% something other than good, either not much effect or down. So I'm going to end it and say that was kind of a draw. It's been happening to us lately. We've had a lot more very close polls. Tom, can we get your thoughts on Gree and its performance lately? So Gree. I will tell you, bottom 5 is the wrong way. I am not a fan of Gree. I just don't know what to call the video. I'm going to do a video on the 5 stocks that I have, the 5 Bitcoin mining companies that I have the least amount of conviction in. Let's just say it that way. I hate to say bottom 5 because, you know, some of these might be good companies that ultimately succeed. But for me, the Gree equation is still not where it needs to be, in my opinion. We'll look. Let's just pull up their chart while we're talking about it.
And
then
can
we
you
got to talk
explain that more?
Stronghold.
Can you explain more on the Gree?
Yes, definitely. And then next we got to get to Stronghold because we talked about talking about that, and they did a big thing today, and their stock price is holding very, very, very strong. Stronghold is up 7% on the day. So I definitely want to talk about that. For the moment, though, let's go look at Gree. And so this is
James, you're better than me. I bought CleanSpark at $4.31, and I have regrets already.
So I don't even want to go too far back in time because even if I just go to this August of 2022, all right, well, let's do it. I'm going to quickly go all the way back. This is the sad, sad story of support.com.
The conference is May 17th through May 20th in Miami.
Yes, that's right. I'm still going up. Remember,
and Scott, I hope the surgery went well, man. Glad you're here, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a company that's trading at 56 cents. Just so you know, I'm back a year and a half, and I'm over $100. So I'm going to skip these days. This was the... Yeah, look at this. This is a 1-month candle. So support.com turned into Gree. It was a total nightmare. The stock was down somewhere between 90 and 99% within 36 hours. To be fair, George and I did talk about this several times in the week coming up to that event, that this was almost certainly going to be somewhere between 80 and 90% drop in the price immediately. So it was like what they did to people. A lot of people got destroyed at the beginning, but putting aside the fact that this was a $500 stock for a few minutes, really, we'll go back to reality.
Can you imagine the poor son of a bitch that bought it at that price?
There's plenty of people that bought it for that price. There's no doubt. I mean, and it's worse than that because the people that were holding the support.com, that's what happened to them. So, longer story, all of which doesn't matter. Now they are a Bitcoin mining company. They used to be something else. They kind of merged into this Bitcoining world. So, even if I just go back to August of 2022, you'll see they were just about a $5 company. So, they're still down in the neighborhood of 90%, not quite, from last August. So let's just measure that. So we're down 88.5% from last August. We are up from their all-time low in December. They're up 158%. So there's been a run up, but you can see even just in February, they were up around, they did get over $1. In late January, they got, let's see, what was the high? To $1.39. So they had a few runs up, but Gree had to get rid of most of their mining. So they took some big moves they had to take to restructure. Their debt service was going to put them out of business. It was imminent. So they were able to restructure. George, just so you know, maybe you're doing this on purpose. You're not really necessary.
Yeah, I'm eating.
Gotcha. All right, so they were out of money. Their stock, you can see, was at a point where they weren't going to, through dilution, raise the money they needed. They got down to 22 cents a share. So they were able to renegotiate all of their debt, but in doing so, essentially they had to give back or rearrange. So they do very little. If I'm remembering right, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they have one exahash worth of Bitcoin mining machines, but almost none of them are plugged in. So they were posting big numbers, and they went all the way down to virtually, they don't even give monthly updates because they're somewhere very close to 0 Bitcoin mined per month. They do have 10,000 machines that they own that would give them 1 exahash worth of equipment, but it's not up and running yet. And, they're talking about, we think we got a place for this and that. So they think they got maybe a spot to put it all. And again, correct me in the chat if I'm not getting this exactly right. And please check it out for yourself because I read, this article days ago. So I'm doing my best to remember where they're at. But that's what I think is going on. So they did what they had to do. So I like that because they were done. And now they're not. So from that perspective, that's a good thing. But it left them, there was a time, I'm going to go to Gree. I mean, they were mining significant Bitcoin. Hold on. Let me see if, no, this is not going to tell me. Well, if I dug in, this would tell me, but there's an easier way. So in May of 2022, just to pick, produced 195 Bitcoin. That was last May. June, 230 Bitcoin. So you can see this was a company that was on the move. Hash rate capacity 2.5 exahash. They were moving up every month, and then all of a sudden they just pretty much had to stop mining Bitcoin altogether. Operational update for July, 287 Bitcoin. So again, you'll see now they don't even put out a monthly update, and my guess is they're somewhere plus or minus, between 0 and 10 or 20 Bitcoin mined. I don't know. They're not telling us, but they've had to restructure to the point where I don't blame them. They did what they had to do, and sometimes that absolutely beats the alternative of going out of business. But I think they have a longer road back, a longer and harder path back to success, in my opinion, than a lot of the other Bitcoin miners do. Now, the other way to look at it is they're now a market cap of $33 million. So if they do get back to where they're going, this could be a this could be a 10, 15, 20x. So this is one of those risk-reward deals. And probably it's going to take some patience for them to get back to where they were, back just last year. Could take them years to get back to where they were last year, for all I know, if they ever do. So I'm a little up in the air on Gree. Not financial advice. Please do your own.
How can they be a hosting company and not be able to host their own machines?
They need to. Oh yeah, that's a good question.
No, I'm serious. I mean,
there's a lot of companies that are hosting companies, yet they have machines hosted by other people. I don't understand. I don't have an answer to that question. I'm sure there's some economics behind it that make it make sense, but it's counterintuitive and it's not obvious. Let's see what I've missed. The conference is in May. What is it, like May 18th or something? The Bitcoin conference in Miami.
17th through the 20th.
17th through the 20th. Didn't Gree become a hosting company with some revenue sharing on Bitcoin mined on her ex-former miners? Yeah, that's from Daniel. So yes, that's pretty much their story. So for me, I've got so many above them that I think are sooner to have a run up, in my opinion. So I am not invested in Gree. They're not even, they're obviously on my list of Bitcoin miners, but they're not on a watch list where I'm on the verge of buying them. And I did buy a few new miners in 2023. A few miners I did not hold a position in prior to 2023. So I've added two new companies, and this is not one of them.
We'll answer your question next, Crypto Golfer, because we got to do Stronghold. But I'm with you, and I said that a long time ago.
Oh, so first I just want to show. So Stronghold. Oh. Just to put the news article in perspective that we're going to look at, they're up 7% today. This is a $43 million market cap company. So this is a very, very small company, right? And I like Stronghold. They've been on a nice run. I love what they're doing. They do something that no one else on this earth does. So I'm a big fan. Having said that, I don't know another company that would have had this reaction. So this is their announcement today. Stronghold Digital Mining closes $10 million private placement. So they just diluted, you know, for all the outrage, the number one thing, well, there's probably a tie. The two number one things that people get absolutely outraged, that I get more hate on anything, is companies diluting, number one, and then officer compensation. So that is not a part of this equation. But dilution, people usually lose their minds. You know how much? This is a $40 million company. They just issued $10 million of dilution, right? We've never seen any of the other companies do anything like this in one shot. So this is like the biggest dilution event of all time. And what does the market think? They like it. It's up 7%. So I don't know. You guys tell me why this one's different, because everybody always pushes back. I always say if the dilution is good dilution, not all stock dilutions equal. If it's good dilution, so if you go on to read the rest of this, and this is their second press release. Their first one did not say this, so they've done 2 press releases today. They're buying 600 petahash worth of Bitcoin miners. They're buying 5,000 micro BT, the M50s, which I think are 118 exahash.
It matters if they're the M50s or the M50Ss, by the way.
These are 118, and these are very energy efficient. It goes on somewhere in here to say that, to say exactly what their specs are. Let's find it.
Hopefully it's the S.
I don't think it's the S, or they would have said. They're saying M50.
Oh, God. Those are
The M50
dog.
miners have an average hash rate of 118 terahash per second, an efficiency of 28.5 joules per terahash, which is very, very, very competitive. That's just about as good as it gets.
Well, they say, according to the specs, they say it's 112, and the S is 126.
So maybe they're getting a combination. Maybe
maybe they're overclocking it or something.
Yeah, I don't know. So they're getting, in any event, they're getting 5,000 of these. That's gonna.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
That's right. So this.
Ed answered. Sorry, Scott. Ed finally answered. I thought it was funny. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to get Tom out disheveled now.
Discombobulated. So this is how. So I'll tell you, CleanSpark has an at-the-market offering, and they're diluting. They're buying 65,000 machines, and everybody cried a river, and the stock tanked on that. So now, you know, these guys are doing to scale the same thing. You know, they just diluted 25%, and they're buying 5,000 machines. I like this move. This is exactly what I always say I like, but usually all these stocks crash when something like this happens. So let me do a poll right now. Do you guys like this dilution, or is it no good?
Did I lose you?
Nope, I'm just finishing. Okay, this is like my most important poll I ever have done as far as I'm concerned. I would love to hear your guys' absolute, regardless of my thoughts, what you guys think of this. Oh, I got to delete a few characters or it won't let me do it. Sorry. Boom. All right. So, simple question. $10 million stock dilution for Stronghold, approximately $40 million market cap company in exchange for 0.6 exahash of new machines. So, your choices are good move or dilution, bad, stock should go down. So, let's see what our people think inside of the Bitcoin mining space. This is the perfect example of what Bitcoin miners do. So, Jeff's saying they bought the wrong equipment, in my opinion. They did get, you know, I hear you, but these are very efficient, and they got them at a good price. Where's the
Yes,
price?
they did.
It was like $15 an exahash or something.
Jeff just wrote down they bought it at the wrong price. I agree with that statement.
They bought the wrong. You think they bought the wrong equipment or the wrong price? I mean, they got these for dirt cheap.
What I don't have my phone, so I can't look up how much it is per unit. Hang on. They're just older. You know what I mean?
I mean, these are not.
How much is it per exa? I mean, too.
It doesn't say in this one, but I thought it was $15 per terahash.
That is real cheap. 1770.
Oh, here it does say it. On April 20th, Stronghold entered into a mass sales and purchase agreement to acquire 5,000 new latest generation micro BT WhatsMiner M50 miners for $15.50 per terahash per second.
And they're
including
saying
shipping.
And it's saying it's 118.
So I mean, that's a great.
Dude, that's crazy though. It's $1,829.
Right. These machines were $15,000 at one point.
I know. I like Bitminer better than those.
Well, and there's more bit miners out there than WhatsMiners, but they're not. It's not like they're, you know, radically different machines, in my opinion.
How much will that mine? Is that a exahash? How much is that? 3. Oh, it's 3.5.
It's 0.6 exahash that they bought. Now, careful about them talking about what type of exahash they're getting to, because that's not all self-mining. So they do have plans to grow. We can do a deeper dive on Stronghold. I like what they're doing. The company's stock's been behaving well. I wish I had bought this. This would have been the third one that I wanted in on, and I missed it. And you know, I missed the run on Cipher, but I was never really looking to get into Cipher. But Stronghold is one. I feel like I blew it. I missed that one, but I did get some of the two I have added this year are WULF and Any, which is Sphere 3D. So, you know, and I've added to some of my other existing positions, but those are my two new positions. I'm a big fan of Stronghold. I like what they did. I think this is good, but you guys give your honest opinion. What do you think?
Time to short them.
Time to short?
Yep.
Oh boy. All right, let's check back in with the world.
106. I'm saying short at 106. Hang on, I gotta check my notes back and put this in my notes.
And so let me go to
short. Everybody. I'll probably get in trouble for that. You try to get a short going. We're the SEC. We're gonna have you arrested. I am joking. Make your own decisions with your money.
Oh,
It's a
hold on.
joke. Sarcasm.
This is not advice of any kind.
Today's date is the 21st. SDIG 106.
Okay, so we have to find out. To me, it looks like they have 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row streak going. The question is, yesterday they closed at $1.00. So does that keep the streak alive, or did that end the streak and they've already started over? So they're either at 4 days or they're starting over today at day 1. It looks to me, I think they're at 4 days, but please let me know if I'm wrong.
So here's what I think is going to happen, Tom, with SDIG.
Yes.
The market makers are going to pump this price up. It might even go through the weekend. I don't know if it will. And then it will come back down next week.
Well, I mean, no trading over the weekend.
I know that.
So, whatever.
They might even get out of it by the end of today.
So you're saying, is it going to, by Monday morning, do you want to be out of this? Anthony Powers is saying, great purchase by Stronghold. James Ross is saying, I think they bought too many.
28,034 Bitcoin right now.
Robert is saying, yeah, I don't like the equipment. So some people are not a fan of the What's Miner. I mean, there's an awful lot more of the S19 versions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they call them all different things. But yes, that's the majority of what people are buying out there of the publicly traded companies in North America. I don't know that it's the majority of the machines in the world. Jeff is saying, I like Stronghold, the company. But Jeff saying,
I think they have
better miners for cheaper.
I think they have the best what they're doing for the environment than any other Bitcoin miner.
Yeah, and it's ironic because, you know, when they go to score that, if you will, with the letters they use, they'll probably get dinged as if they're doing something wrong. Meanwhile, this is just it's a pure play cleaning the environment scenario, more so by far than anybody else. Oh, I gotta go. Give me 10 seconds. I gotta take this call.
Uh-oh, there he goes again, guys. Probably about his date tonight. So, okay, you know what? The question is it going up or is it going down? That's the question. Who's doing anything cool this weekend? Darren S. 10 million shares held by institution. However, the CEO also buying 1 million shares. So actually, there's 1 million less shares being traded. Just get bought by the ESG fund. They really should. I don't know if anybody knows what they do, but they are taking and cleaning up deposits from old coal mines.
Right. Millions of tons of
and
toxic
water,
waste, essentially.
Yeah, the water runoff of this is causing pollutions. So it rains really hard, the water gets polluted, and then it's going into the drinking water. So it's really a noble activity that they're doing. And it's funny because you would think that people would want this type of activity to happen, but they're never going to talk about Stronghold. If I was in charge of like a Bitcoin conference, there's like this community that's in charge of Bitcoin, this like, what is it, like a council or something like that, that would be my poster child. Because what they're doing is very, very impressive in Pennsylvania.
I agree. I mean, I think, and you know, there's really nobody else that has the opportunity to do this, or there may be other, you know, gigantic places that have this amount of coal refuse as well. I don't know, but you know, in Pennsylvania, it is millions of tons, and you know, they're it's very toxic. There's spontaneous fires throughout, and it's a toxic situation, and they're cleaning it up, and while they're doing it, they're getting energy. So George and I think it's a good thing.
Right.
And yeah, some people might have gotten better machines at a better price, but to me, this was compared to every machine that's been bought in the last year, these are good machines at a good price, in my opinion. So yeah, it doesn't rank necessarily as the number one purchase out of everything, but only one purchase can be that. James said, I like that they're growing. I think that it was too big of a bite. So, right. I mean, that's the 25% dilution, if you will.
And is he the chairman of the board? He's a little, I think the word is eccentric.
Yes, that would be a fair statement.
Yes, and that is always bad for business.
Well, you would think he'd be more high profile, but none of these companies, this industry hasn't hit yet. So
right.
we're still waiting to see what happens. Edmund is saying Hut can't even get their own power right. Then the terrible potential merger. I am out, even though back 50 June. Oh, bought back 50 June 1st puts for a profit to get margin credit to sell Wolf and Cleanspark puts. Only have Wolf and Cleanspark. So Edmund's two high conviction plays are Wolf and Cleanspark. He's had it with Hut, and I don't think you're alone, Edmund, and I think we're waiting to see how that all shakes out. So I'm keeping a good thought,
you guys are going to laugh at my next statement. If you're a swing trader, I think the Bitcoin miners are a little overpriced right at the moment.
Aha. Well, there's a few of you that tend to agree, because we've got 3 or 4 people that are members that said they've now taken their money out and they're on the sideline and they're going to wait to see Bitcoin pull back a little bit to some of these other potential lines of support before they get back in.
I'm going to see if I can short Stronghold, what their thing is.
Ryan said Cleanspark and Iris have the best fundamentals and management. So I like Cleanspark. I like Iris. I don't, stock ticker IREN. I don't own that because there's only so many that I can own, but they made some massive restructuring of their company. They were able to, and at the time they took a ding because, it's quote unquote, it's a bad look. They walked away. They just straight up got to walk away from all of their debt. And, listen, that's the way the deal was structured, right? They're all grown-ups. That both sides agreed on that deal, and it became no longer economically smart for them to be in the deal. So they they had to walk away from their equipment as well. Not all of it, but they walked away from a portion of their equipment, all their debt, and now they're a much healthier company. I really like what they did, and I think that's a good company.
You can't do it.
Ryan said Cleanspark and Iris are immensely undervalued. Harrison, noble activities don't please the bottom line. Well, that's true. I mean, you got to be, what you're doing's also got to work and got to make money. So, they got to do all those things. And at Bitcoin 30,000, they're doing those things. At Bitcoin 16,000, their debt was running them over, and I assume we're talking about Stronghold. They had debt that was killing them, but they've restructured their whole entire business as well. So a lot of these companies, so, I think at the beginning or the middle of this crypto winter, it seemed like, well, half of these companies will go out of business. So what turned out happening is maybe they didn't all go out of business, but they drastically had to change their business. So they became either half their previous size or a quarter or a tenth of their previous size. Some people had to stop mining altogether and just become hosts. So while the companies live on, they're certainly not what they thought they were going to be, or what their investor, presentation said that they were going to be a year or a year and a half ago. And it's not because they were lying, obviously. It's just, crypto winner, game changer. Crypto Golfer said, losing my patience with HUT. You are not alone. Mr. J, long-term capital gains is what I'm going for. Yeah. I mean, you guys know I'm buy and hold, and I think we have our fair share of people that are buy and hold, and they're just looking to see where this stuff is in 2025, 2026, 2027. But it is, that's a long time to hold your conviction, especially if these things do a double or a triple or a quadruple. There's going to be a lot of people that, for instance, may pull a triple when, they could have pulled, an 8x. So they're neither right nor wrong, in my opinion. It just depends on what their investment plan was. If stock's up 300%, I just don't feel like you can say you were wrong. And if it went up, if it went up more than that, it depends what else you did with the money, and you stuck to your plan. So everybody's got their own plan. Mr. J, I've got a golden ticket. Why sell? What if it explodes? Yeah, that's why I'm holding. We're certainly, wherever we're at in the cycle, this is certainly not the peak of the bull market by any stretch of the imagination. That, by my estimation, is somewhere out in front of us. So, Bitfarms and Cleanspark should merge and give Riot and Marathon competition. I mean, Cleanspark's giving those guys competition from an operational standpoint. Now, Cleanspark's balance sheet doesn't look like their Marathons and Riots. But neither does Bitfarms. So, I don't know. We'll see. If Cleanspark does what they say they're going to do, there'll be months where they mine the most Bitcoin out of anybody. For Cleanspark and for Riot and for Marathon, if all three of them do their plan by the end of the year, then, out of the 12 months of the year, all three of those companies should have, at least one, if not more than one month where they ended up in first place for Bitcoin mined in the month. So I expect to see a lot of change over the year at that spot. Jeff is saying, I'm so shocked at how little M&A happened end of 2021. I would have guaranteed half these companies would have been absorbed. It was a weird thing. They became so worthless so fast that they didn't get absorbed. Nobody wanted to touch them until they could get away from, and it's the companies that had debt. Once Bitcoin crashed into a crypto winter, the Bitcoin mining companies that held debt, there was no fixing that problem at Bitcoin 16,000. So I think that everybody was waiting maybe to buy, asset sales versus maybe an acquisition. They were waiting for them to go out of business and do an asset purchase. But that didn't happen either, because all the lenders realized, hey, I'm going to renegotiate my terms with these guys because I'm better off letting them wait until they get to the other side of this nightmare, and maybe I'll get all my money back. Versus now some of them, they did, some of the lenders took the machines and, in exchange for the getting rid of the loans. So, yeah, this did not happen like maybe some people thought this isn't the way I saw it going either. I would have thought some of these would be out of business, or like Jeff said, some of these would have been gobbled up by some of the larger companies. Now, Cleanspark did buy pieces and parts of companies, including they bought, a big part of Mawson's operations in Atlanta. So some of that happened piece by piece, but as far as the entire companies go, there was none of that. Bitfarms is losing ground today, said Ricky. So we're still at $1.08. We were higher than that. So we'll see. And Bitcoin's not doing much. So, I don't know. Is the market Is the market moving in the wrong direction here? Let's press refresh. It doesn't seem like it. Yeah, I mean, the market couldn't be... This is pretty much the flattest market you can get.
Flat.
S&P's at 0. Dow is at 0.04%. Nasdaq is up 0.01%. So we're flat on the day. Oil's at $77. Gold's under 2,000. Bitcoin is pretty flat on the day. I mean, this is pretty flat on the day. You can't. Yeah, I guess we did peak. This was the opening of trading in the U.S. right here. So we opened at the peak so far of the trading day for Bitcoin. So, we're down a little off the highs, but we're still, not, Cipher's down 5%, but there's no big disasters on here. And, Stronghold's still up 7%. And now 8, and my thing tends to be 30 seconds or a minute behind sometimes on TradingView, so, it may be a little bit different than this.
So, Tom, what's the best value right now out there?
Best value out of all the companies?
Yeah. In your humble opinion.
And we just had some pretty nice pullbacks. So, I'll tell you, I'm still, right now, this week, I bought nothing today, but this week I bought some Marathon. But I would not say that's the best value. I just wanted to spread my risk out between Riot and Marathon versus just being in Riot. But I do think Marathon has a lot of upside at $9.30. I bought some WULF, even though they've run up a bunch. I like what that company's doing. I bought some Any. I think so if you want to talk about risk reward, I think the ones with the most upside to me are Bitfarms, CleanSpark, and Any. That'd be my top 3, most potential upside. That doesn't mean those would be the 3 I would purchase next.
What are the safest?
To me, Riot and Marathon are the safest by far. I don't even know who to put in third place with them. Those two are in a different league for the time being.
Because if we're at 32 at the halving, a lot of people go out of business.
If we're at 32 at the halving, right, this is going to be a super short list of companies. So, and in all likelihood, Riot and Marathon will be 2 of them. So those 2, that's why I would say those 2 are the safest by far. I'm not saying they're the best investment. There's a lot of variables to consider, but just for me, least risky are Riot and Marathon, in my opinion. Some of the ones that I picked with the most upside are high risk. And this tends to be a high risk industry. So, they're all, to some extent, they're all high risk. Darren is saying, I'm trying to understand what Darren's saying. It's if they do for all the rest, it's how much sooner will they complete for CleanSpark. So, right, they're talking about having they're talking about being in possession of 15.9 exahash worth of machines by, I think by September, maybe earlier. Now, are they all going to be up and running and hashing at that point? I don't know. I'm still counting on them getting to 16 by the end of the year. They seem to be indicating it's probably going to be a lot sooner than that. Crypto Golfer said Monday live stream at the close is a must. Got to keep Bitfarms over $1. All right, so we definitely are in Monday live stream territory. So you want to do midday or close?
No, close.
Monday at the close, then we're going to know the answer. Either Bitfarms made it or they didn't make it. Today at the close, I'm counting it for WULF. So, if it doesn't happen, then, then that was the ultimate whammy. But they're at $1.44. They just have to stay over $1 by the end of the day. I'm putting that at 99.9% in my opinion.
Yeah, don't you think there's going to be a lot of pressure on it?
On WULF, they're too far away from $1. There's no sense in trying to get them down to $1. I think no realistic scenario where they get under $1. That's just my opinion. So I think today's day 10. I think they're good by the end of the day today. Bitfarms, I feel very good about them holding today. I just don't know what the weekend brings. So Monday is going to be a total wild card.
Which I guess it's whatever your commitment is on Bitcoin right now.
If everybody can smash the like button. If you have not yet smashed the like button, we're at 82 likes. We didn't get quite to our 100 yet.
But no one knew we would be on today at this time.
Well, I get. Well, you're going too.
I know, but I'm just picking on you. It's better to pick on you.
Edmund's off to play golf. Enjoy. Have a great weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to take off too, Tommy.
All right, George. So I'll see you for the thing.
The date.
Yes.
We're going on a date, guys. It's Tom and George.
And others. And
who was it that missed it? Remember, people used to call me boyfriend. Remember?
Somebody.
Who was
some
that?
Instigator was on here for a little while, and they were trying to rally around that.
See you, dude. See you guys. Have
All
a
right.
great afternoon.
See you later, George. All right, thank you, George. That was George. Gorilla says Marathon will be king when they reach 23 exahash. My biggest thing is with Marathon, and I think we need at least one, if not two more quarters of data, because their cost per coin is still very, very, very high. And I'm waiting to see things even out. You know, I'm assuming that somehow this is all a function of the fact that they're not really operating at full efficiency yet as they ramp up. So I really want to see the next couple of quarters of data, because if their cost per coin hangs out, you know, at $19,000 or $20,000, I'm expecting a big drop in that. But as of the December 31st data, that's where they're still at. So that's a question mark. And I'm not saying that's where they're going to stay. You know, maybe they're going to get where they're going and it's all going to work out. To me, that's something they need to show. Now, if Bitcoin's at 80 or 100,000 or whatever, then it really doesn't make too much of a difference whether you're at 15,000 or 20,000 per coin. But some of these companies are claiming they're going to be at 7,000 a coin. Now, I haven't seen any of that prove out in financial statements yet. So I will do, still everybody has not issued their December 31st financial statements. So I've been kind of keeping track as I go, but I haven't done a video on cost per coin, which I know a bunch of people have requested a bunch of times, but I've been keeping my eye on it. And, you know, nobody's financial statements are showing what their investor packages are showing. I'll tell you that. And some are still quite high, although we're starting to get a little bit of clarity from some of these companies. Darren's saying 1 minute before closing, expect a big short circuit on Bitfarms. I mean, if that happens, you know, if that's 359 on Monday, it just goes down to 99.9 cents. That would be frustrating. MinerDoc said SPX max pain is 41.20 today. Next week should be more exciting. CleanSpark, best ROI miner at these prices. So that's, I mean, I like CleanSpark, and they did just pull back a bunch. They're back over $4, but they did get over $5 this week. So, you know, that's a 20% discount from where they were earlier in the week. They're way up from where they were a couple of weeks ago, but, you know, from my personal perspective, I've been pounding the table on that one. I've been just dollar cost averaging in. Dev William Hardy, where's my invite? I have no invite to give. I was invited to this thing that I'm going to, and so I can't invite by my brother. So apparently he called George and invited him as well at the last minute here. It's 2023. It's okay if you and George are dating. I said crypto golfer. Then that would be just fine, except we're not, and he's married. So we're going to a dinner. tonight, an event. So that's what's happening. And so obviously, because it's a big event, I can't change that time. So I had to change the time of the stream. Maybe someday, if the channel's big enough, people will have to change their event, to work around our stream. But I think we're about 1 million subscribers or more away from that day. So I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. Mark, that's not it. That's not it. I would say what it is, but everything causes controversy now. So I'm going to a normal thing that if anybody was invited to, they would go to, and it's not a strip club. All right, so let me see what else I didn't get to today, because there was a lot of other stuff that went on this week. Let's see what's the next most important thing. So we talked about Stronghold. Raven saying, never say never, Tom. This channel deserves a milli. Hey, thank you. I would love to get, well, I don't know. Would I love to get to 1 million? I would love to grow the channel, enough so that, I'm not supporting the channel. I would love to grow the channel enough so that it's doing enough for me to really stay focused on this and do it going forward. So I don't care if I ever get 1 million or any of those kinds of things, but, I do think that's something where you got to get to 50 or 100,000 if you really want to do this consistently over the course of time. And we are not there yet by a long shot, but we've had a lot of nice growth, and I'll take this opportunity again to thank all of the subscribers and in particular all of the members. We have an excellent group. Regardless of the number, to me this is one of the best communities in the entire YouTube, certainly in the investing side of things. So I'm sure you guys are members of other communities as well, obviously, but I appreciate you guys being here and being a part of this community, because we have fantastic members. We have a great time in the membership. I'm just going to put a link in case anybody is interested. I think we did give 7 memberships away on this live stream. So congratulations to everybody who got a membership for free. And I think there is a link in the Discord right now. So if you want to look in the Discord, there's a blue thing from Streamlabs. If you want to support me and help to continue doing this full time, please join the Talkin' Investing Squad via the join button on the link below. So if you press the link below, we're using YouTube as our partner, so you don't have to go out and do some third party thing. And like I said, we do have a great membership. Tuesday after the market closes, we do a members-only live stream. So we do that every Tuesday. We have a members-only Discord that I'm in every single day. We also have a free Discord, which you're welcome to join. We've got a couple of moderators. They do what they can. We kind of let things, take their own way there. So it tends to be a little bit less on topic and sometimes a little more... a little less palatable for most of us. But you're welcome to either one. Colton says, this is the best stream. Thank you, Colton. Appreciate it. Tom with Talkin' Investing and Steven for Stronghold. Is that their guy? Or is that another YouTuber? JR, late arrival to the stream. Happy B-Day, which does not stand for birthday. But I'll take it. It's not my birthday, but thanks anyway. You, sir, are a champion. Thank you. I very much appreciate it. I do. I really appreciate all you guys, and I appreciate all the positive comments and all the interaction. And, you know, we've done, I hope we got a long journey ahead. I think we're still pretty early in the Bitcoin cycle. I know we watch this day to day, and it's easy to obsess over on a daily basis. James Ross said, have a happy birthday today. Have a great time at your event. It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. Well, but happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is. Sour Melon Gaming, you're top G, Tom. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, so Steven, and I can't pronounce the last name, but it starts with a Z. He's another YouTuber who does daily updates on Stronghold. So it sounds like that person's got the deep dive on Stronghold. I have done a few deep dives, but it's not, you know, it's not something I cover on a daily basis, other than, you know, whatever we decide to talk about on these live streams, which is why I've been doing more live streams. I hope you guys enjoy this. I've been doing more live streams. To me, I think this is a lot more interactive. We get to talk about a lot more stuff. However, I will say I do want to get more regular videos out. I didn't get as many videos out this week as I wanted to. That's just how the week worked out. So I've got a lot that I still want to do. I'd like to do a nice balance of videos and live streams. I think they both serve different purposes, and they're both useful. So Raven said, you're the best, Tom. Thank you very much. Colton, I don't think that's true, but it could be. Raven said, happy birthday to whoever. Yes, I'm sure there's lots of people who it's their birthday today. I'm not one of them, but happy birthday. We thought you were turning 39. Yeah. I might have been able to pull that off 5 years ago, but I got old, which is why I want to lose 30 pounds. First of all, I got to leave the house and actually get out into... I live in Florida, and I haven't seen the sun in ages, so I'm pale as a ghost. I got to drop 30 pounds, for those of you who are wondering. So, I'm 6'2", I'm about 230, but I'm not a big person. I don't belong at 230 pounds. I can tell you that right now. That's just too much weight for me. In order to be healthy, I got to lose at least 30 pounds, probably more. So that's my goal. Like I said on a previous stream, I was going to put my weight every day up in the corner of my videos so that I would be shamed into losing weight, but I'm too chicken to do it. But I have been pretty dedicated trying to lose weight for the last I'm less than a week into the diet. So I'll let you guys know how it goes. Anybody else dieting? I know we had a bunch of people give their big success stories when I talked about this a few days ago. So congratulations to everybody who has succeeded at a diet, because it is not easy. And for me, I'm a night person. So, you know, for me, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight, 1 o'clock, I'm often up until 2 or 3 in the morning. And, you know, if I'm up at that time, I'll get involved. That's when I read all these financial statements, right? Everything's closed. The world is shut down. I can sit there and read a 10K from cover to cover. But sometimes, you know, it's 2:30 in the morning when I'm done. So I also tend to get the munchies at that time. So that's the worst thing you can possibly do, is eat that late. Knee Deep said Bitcoin under 28K. Yes, we're now at 27,933. So our low today is, let's see, 27,920 is the low on the day. Let's just put a little line there so we can keep track of it. Oh, our low must be lower than that. Yes, 27,815. What's happening? Okay, so that's our low on the day today. If we cross this red line, that will be a new low for the day. But, you know, if we zoom out, this is still, like I said, I mean, we had this long period right here where we did hang around right exactly where we are. So, if we got lucky, that could happen. If not, then it's off to points below. We got a lot of people picking potentially 25,000-ish, between 25,000 and 25.5. We've got some other people that think maybe we're going lower than that. So I feel strongly that this line will hold if we get to it. I would prefer not to test it. We were testing this. I thought that would be really, really healthy and extremely bullish if we bounced off of this, but this did not hold, and this is, for those of you who can't see, 28,800 did not hold. Yesterday, we broke below that, so, now the momentum is down at the moment. There's just no doubt about it. Alex is saying, Dr. Stephen Eckberg, YouTube, intermittent fasting, today through Saturday, dinner, big help. Okay, so Dr. Stephen Eckberg. And Alex, you said you lost a few pounds, if I recall. I could be wrong. My stock accounts are on a diet, said Darren. I feel that. I won't even say that. I can't complain. But 2023 has been so much better than 2022 was that I refuse to complain about it. 2022 I'll complain about probably for years and years to come because that was horrendous. Tom, are you bullish on WW? I don't know that ticker, I don't think. And that is from Mark. WW International. This is not a stock I have followed at all, so we're small market cap here. We're micro cap stock, $663 million, and these guys, consumer cyclical, personal services. WW International provides weight management products. Oh, all right. Well, that's an on-topic question. Weight management products and services worldwide. It offers a range of nutritional, activity, behavioral, and lifestyle tools. So I don't know these guys. I'll check them out. Seeing as how I'm on a diet, theoretically. Alex, 47 pounds. Oh, and you want to lose 30 more. I think I probably have to up my number then. I wanted to set a reasonable goal. I figure let me try and lose 30 pounds, and then when I get there, if I'm lucky, I'll be motivated and say I want to lose 20 more. I'm tall, but I'm thin. Well, not anymore, but I used to be. I mean, I walked around for 20 years. I walked around at 175 pounds, and now I'm 230, so clearly something's not quite right. Organic autos, longer term, still bullish. Shorter term, I see 25K in the cards, so auto organic. And I think you might have been one of the ones who said you got out on and you're on the sidelines right now. Yes, Mark said, Alex, nice work, man. Yeah, 47 pounds, 30 to go. That's fantastic. So congratulations. I'm only just now beginning that journey, and I know it's not an easy one. So good job. That's dedication. That's the same type of discipline in investing. If you can do that in dieting, however, there's something called candy that I have a big problem with. I eat a lot of candy, so that's my weakness. Potato chips, candy. So I like the salt. I like the sugar. I gotta slow it down and lose the weight. Weight Watchers was a huge buy 2 weeks ago, said Mark. Mr. J, ice cream. Ice cream is definitely a big, big weakness of mine. I did used to own a homemade ice cream store. And that is one of the ways I got from 175 pounds to 230 pounds. I will definitely say, because when you're making the ice cream fresh. It's like nothing. It's ridiculous. Gorilla, how is living in Florida? Thinking about moving there. I currently live in Montana. It's way too cold. It's actually snowing here today. I don't know. I always hear good things about Montana. I mean, it depends where. Florida is many different things. So it depends where you move, right? There's Florida, you can drive down in a straight line for 6 hours. So you've got the East Coast, the West Coast, the North, the South, the Panhandle. So there's a lot of different Florida experiences. I'm in Southwest Florida, and I enjoy it. I've been here for most of my adult life. I think I moved here when I was like 27 or 28 years old. So for me, I love it. The East Coast is a little bit much for me. You know, if you're younger, you know, maybe you would like a Miami or a Fort Lauderdale or one of those kind of things. That's not my speed. Let's put it this way. It's a nice place to visit. I wouldn't want to live there. You know, I used to live a 6-hour drive away from New York City. And then actually in Albany, I was just a couple hours outside of. In 3 hours, I could get. In Albany, in 3 hours, I could get to New York. In 3 hours, I could get to Boston. In 2 hours, I could get to Vermont. I could get. You were like that. That's like for anybody that. And I'm not saying live there because it also snows and is cold, and I got out of there because I couldn't take it anymore. But just as far as being like driving distance from everywhere, it's like that's a great, great location. Mari said, tell us about the mosquitoes. Yeah, we have mosquitoes here like they're supernatural. So they do a good job. There's actually like a county position, like mosquito clerk or whatever the case may be, that's in charge of keeping the mosquitoes at bay because, you know, Florida is the biggest swamp in the world. The Everglades, I believe, is the biggest natural reserve on Earth, and it's the biggest swamp in the world. And obviously, as a result, it breeds an awful lot of things, including, you know, giant mosquitoes. BLM said, Hut is no longer safe, ? Some people bought into Hut because of your confidence in them. Well, I did leave Hut off the list, but I will tell you, it's as far as I still think it's a safety play. I'm leaving them out of the conversation for now because they have a gigantic pending event that it may or may not occur. But no matter what, that does not change the strength of their balance sheet. So I do still consider them one of the safe plays. They have a super strong balance sheet. And that's one of the things I've always liked about Hut. Operationally, operationally on the Bitcoin side of things, they seem to be in a bit of a holding pattern. So, but from a strength of balance sheet, they've got survivability in a big way, in my opinion. And to a lesser extent, Hive has a strong balance sheet and some survivability. You know, if we're talking who's going to make it through a crypto winter, yeah, I'd put Hut back in that list. So I probably should have mentioned them. I still would say Riot and Marathon, you know, they are the monsters, so they're by far the safest. But Hut and Hive are probably next in line. James Ross said, I love Montana. I live in Utah, and we are getting snow again today as well. I ran a Ragnar race last December in Florida and loved it. I mean, I can't complain. I moved from the very, very cold. So originally I was on Lake Ontario. So for those of you who have lived on a lake, one of the Great Lakes, you'll know something called lake effect snow. So where I grew up, you know, there's few places on Earth that get more snow than where I grew up. There's places that are colder for sure. I'll tell you one of them. Lake Placid is one of the coldest places I've ever been in my life. I had a 3-week audit there. It never got to 0. Up to 0. So That's how their winters are. I saw numbers I've never seen before. But it's so cold, they really don't get a lot of snow. Whereas when you're right on one of the Great Lakes, you can get pummeled with snow. Alex said, following Tom or anyone else is at your own risk. Do your own due diligence. That is financial advice. Yes, thank you, Alex. I appreciate you pointing that out. You know, we talk here and we brainstorm and we try and learn as a group together. But obviously, I always say none of this is financial advice. These are all my opinions. So, and I do try to stress that. And those aren't just words. If you're not doing your own due diligence, I just don't know how people can trade without doing their own due diligence, because there's no way. If that means you don't personally know your investment, which means you can't personally have any conviction in it. That's the biggest thing, in my opinion. And then obviously also, there's a million people on YouTube. Some of them might know what they're talking about. Some of them probably don't know what they're talking about. So, never, always do your own due diligence. Thank you, Alex. That's a very important point. Oh, let me go back to the Bitcoin chart. Looks like, yeah, we candlewick below that previous low. So the momentum feels like we're still really sideways, but it does feel like we're inching down. And if you go to the 4 hours, we are clearly, the momentum is down. So we're going to have to see what happens this weekend. But there's no doubt the momentum is not headed in the right direction at the moment. But if I zoom out, I'm going to zoom all the way out here. So to me, this is obviously some downward momentum. But having said that, I still don't think, this is November 21st. I still feel like this, in general, this is, so big picture, I still think this arrow is the momentum. And that's over a much longer period of time. But short picture, we definitely, and if I get rid of this, so I still think we're in a bull market. I think we're in a bull market. I think the pressure is upward long term. But I do think we are long overdue for a pullback. And we seem to be getting it. The question is, how far back is this pullback going to go? We already blew through 28.8. That did not hold at all. It held for one daily candle. The very next one opened and closed below it. And now we're in another one. So are we headed down to 25? What would that be from here? And what would it be from the top? Let's just take a look. So that'd be another 9% down from here. And from our top, which was, looks like April 14th, that'd be about a 19% correction. So to 25 would be very close to a 20% correction. So I don't think it's panic time if we have a 20% pullback after having, remember, this yellow line right here was a 100% increase since November 21st. So when you run up 100%, this is how cryptocurrency works. This is how Bitcoin works. So personally, I will not be nervous about a 20% pullback. I will say if this line does not hold at all, then I got to reassess and see what all the technicals are saying and, what my thought process would be at that point. But at the moment, for me, I do think we are going to hold this. If we test it, I think we will hold it, but only time will tell. Ricky's saying, I'm off Lake Erie. Gotta love that lake effect. Yeah, so if you're getting the same thing. I mean, there's nothing like lake effect snow. It can just snow and snow and snow. Those lakes are snow machines. James Ross is saying you never lose money until you sell. So, I mean, that's true. That doesn't mean that sometimes you won't decide to sell and lose money, but, if you still feel the same way about the stock and none of the story has changed, if you're down, that might not be the right time to sell. Sourmelon Gaming says Bitfarms is riding real close to the danger territory. So I'm showing at $1.08. Is that real time, or let me get my real time thing here? see what we're looking at. Yeah, just about $1.08. So, yeah, I mean, it's too close for comfort. I think, you know, unless something drastic happens in the last couple of hours today, I think it looks highly likely Bitfarms is going to close above $1 today, and that will be 9 days. The problem is day 10 is really 3 days because it's got to survive Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So, you know, if we're still in the middle of, you know, if we're still in the middle of this leg down here, then, you know, there's a reasonable chance that we go back under $1 again, and it would be a shame to get to 9 days and have to press the reset button. They got to 6 days and had to press the reset. They got to 5 days another time, had to press the reset. Now we're at 9. So we'll see. Can it hold on? We will not know until the close on Monday, which is why we said we're going to do a Monday live stream close. Alex said, if you have time and sales, you would see the trading volume yourself. Haha. Yes, we are in a bull market till we break 24,200. So by the next time you see me, I will have time and sales. But, so Alex is saying 24.2 is a number we got to watch out for. If we go below that, then Alex is worried. And if Alex is worried, I'm worried. Not financial advice, though, from Alex or myself. Okay, a couple people asking me about nano dimensions. I'll pull that up. Mark is asking, is anybody buying any of the miners before the bell today? So before the weekends, is anybody looking at any of this as a buying opportunity? We got a couple, you know, Cipher's down almost 5%. Gree is down over 4%. There's not gigantic moves today. For me, this is nowhere near, because I did buy in. I bought in 2 different times this week. So there's no move that's happening today that's inspiring me to add to a position. But, you know, it depends on what, you know, where you're at in the cycle. Chris said hedge funds are dumping crypto stocks right now. I think Bitcoin might go back to 25. So you're not alone, Chris. I think that 25,000, everybody's starting to set their expectations on that 25,000. So I guess it would be no surprise. And that is very close to a 20% pullback from our highs. But the high was a 100% run up over the course of 3.5 months. So, you know, if we got a 100% run up, we get a 20% pullback. All that seems healthy. Let's see what this, the only other pullback we've had was we ran into resistance. We ran into resistance at 25 on the way up. And that goes, that line of resistance went all the way back to August of 2022. So that's why I'm saying this is a pretty long-term line. So hopefully we've turned this resistance into support. And if we do get down to 25, we hold here. So that's my hope. But let's see from the high. So we had a 22.5% pullback from the last, you know, the last week in February and the first week in March, let's call it. So more like 2.5 weeks. So we've already had a 22.5% pullback. So getting to 25 would be another 20% pullback. And again, to me, all these things are almost really to be expected with Bitcoin. So when they don't happen is when I get worried. You know, if you go up 150% without any pullbacks, you can, that's time to start worrying, because your daily RSI is probably at 85 or 90 by then, and you know things are too overheated. So it's, you know, it's the slingshot effect. If you go too far, then the pullback could be vicious. I don't see this as timing for a vicious pullback, but just a regular healthy pullback. And that could be anywhere from 10 to 20%, or like we saw, it was 22.5% the last time. Organic saying if they were 10%, 11% days, I might start building small positions again so I can DCA on the way down. Right. So, you know, if they were a little more violent moves to the downside, this is a very mellow day. We'll see if there's a sell-off into the close. I actually have to wrap it up and go. I'll try to get pictures and let you guys know where I'm going. Just going to a public event tonight. It's a thing, and I was invited, so I'm going. And it sounds like George is going with me. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll be fun. And maybe we'll have some pictures. I just want to say Alex because we got some all capital letters here. Absolutely not. We need to see confirmation of the direction of Bitcoin. No miners buying for me. I am a waiter, not a wisher. After I buy, not financial advice. So Alex has already said he's kind of pulled out and he's going to wait. He's going to wait for a buying signal, which clearly we're not getting right now. This is, if anything, you know, the trend, the short-term trend is down right now, and we don't know when or if it's over. So, you know, as a swing trader, Alex is going to wait for more of a buying signal. And Mark is saying the day ain't over yet, gents. So that's true. You know, I don't know we got a couple hours left of trading in the U.S. We'll see. I'm hoping we hang out sideways, but a Friday afternoon sell-off is not unprecedented at all. It's quite common. So we'll see. We'll see if that happens. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, very much for joining me on the live stream. Sorry it was at a different time today. We will do a Monday after the market closes live stream, and I am going to try to get a little more of a regular schedule. I know I keep saying that, but it's harder than I thought. So I'll get some videos out over the weekend, try and catch up on that. And everybody, enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Be happy. Go Bitcoin. And we will see you guys. You can join us for a live stream on Monday. So